A new report which calls for horticulturists to rethink what they plant as the planet heats up has concluded that up to half of the trees at the world-renowned Royal Botanic Gardens Kew could be vulnerable to climate change by the end of the century. Kew Garden is home to 11,000 trees and is listed as the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Back in 2022, a drought hit the region, and high temperatures the same year were bad news for the garden's trees. Water levels deep below the surface of the soil dried out, forcing some trees more used to temperate climates to shed their leaves. Around 400 trees were lost as a result of that episode of extreme weather.
A background rate of loss of trees here might be 20 to 40 in a year. We estimate we've lost as many as 400 since that drought. The best way to think about it, think about things in tree time. A storm happens over one night. It's quite clear what you've lost. The morning after.
Scientists at Kew are now investigating how the trees will fare in the future. They're assessing how the plants will respond to the rising temperatures and changing weather patterns. What they find is astonishing. They believe that up to 50% of the garden's trees could be vulnerable to climate change by 2090.
Where by the last 100 years we may have had predictable wet autumns, wet cold winters, wet springs, and maybe a dry summer, we might get really dry springs just on the random, and that will put all the trees, all the plants on the back foot for the whole summer.
Kew scientists think rainfall can lessen the impact, but they predict that up to a third of the trees could no longer grow here by the end of the century. Now, that includes some of the country's best-loved species.